Hey everyone, it is April 1st, 2026. It's nearly 3 a.m. and I am awake because these masculines are upset. They woke me up. Apparently, somebody perished. They're trying to do this transference of sin crap and it's not sticking. And somebody perished. And then there was a masculine that said, "See, this just proves how dangerous she is." Well, we got some sorcerers out there trying to do a transference of sin crap onto an innocent woman, innocent women. They've been doing this for centuries. They've been transferring the blame and the shame of their disgusting life onto the divine feminine. And then they've been taking her authorities and stuff. They've been trying to stick their sin onto a woman that God has rainbow covenant with and has elevated up into a status of authority, some kind of a gatekeeper position. And these men are trying to transfer hate and sin into her to make it appear as though she's dangerous and unworthy of this position. Like they always do, casting illusions with their magic as their religious whatever facility is. I'm thinking, because Spirit mentioned Rosicrucians, I'm thinking it's those who crucify the rose and then study the life of the rose through birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. They do not like the fact that your love, your heart is so strong that they can't stick their magic onto it. Somebody is saying that you're innocent, and another one is saying that you sterilize yourself or sanitize yourself, and that they're just not able to put it on you. You're not doing magic. These ones are trying to accuse you of the magic that is returning to them, that God is returning to them, because your protection is greater than these wizards, these sorcerers' magic. They're trying to cast the illusion that you are doing magic, just like they did back in the witch days. They really want to crucify, burn alive, do whatever they got to do to these divine source-connected women. They need to trap these source-connected women by violating their reputation, violating their energy. It's pretty sick what these guys have been doing. This is the first day of Passover. Somebody did not survive, and apparently they held their own funeral. So these people, these men who have been accustomed to transferring sin during Passover, are not being permitted to transfer that sin onto the divine feminine this time. God, the Rainbow Covenant giver, holder, knows very clearly who they are and what they've been doing. And they're not going to get away with it. This is it. This is done. And it's over. They will carry their own cross. They're very upset about it. They say these women are dangerous because God has a mighty shield around them and their magic is backfiring on them. They're trying to accuse or cast the illusion that it's the woman doing this magic, and it's not. Healers and wise women do not do magic trying to destroy others. They just don't. Nasty jack masculines, jealous of females that are more powerful than they are, do. It's really pitiful. It's pitiful that these so-called representatives of God are doing their best to destroy the mother like they have for centuries. And God is here now. The illusion has been cast, the curse has been broken, and people can be seen clearly. The curse is broken. They can no longer present them as something they're not. So they're in trouble. They're having to pay their own way. They're really upset. They're really upset. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. So we got the Wheel of Fortune turns. The wheel of their fortune turns. Justice is being served. The King of Swords knows the truth about what's been going on here. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Justice is being served. The law of cause and effect. God has said that their intentions shall be their gift. If they're intending to do malicious stuff to somebody's life, an innocent person's life, then malicious stuff will be done to them. I heard that if they're doing something nasty to an innocent person, something worse will happen to them. Yet they are still out there casting magic and attempting to cast illusions, which are simply not going to work this time. Their magic isn't as great as the Most High God's Mother Father's protection. So the illusion is broken. The curse has been cast off of the divine, and they're seen clearly. So in the challenge position, 5 of Pentacles, abandonment. They left you out in the cold, Divine Feminine, over and over again. They took your masterful initiate reward at the crossroads. They were concerned because you were more powerful than them, and they did not want to lose their authority. So they've been punishing the women for being stronger than they. And these egotistical, very fragile, emotional bodies of men with sorcery capacity have been punishing her, casting the illusion of crimes that were their own. They've been transferring the sin of their own nastiness onto the Divine Feminine for centuries. God says not anymore. The Divine Masculine is fed up. They see very clearly what's been going on here. They're listening to these ones too, by the way. It's so interesting. These guys are out there talking, planning, scheming, and everybody's listening, man. The Emperor's listening. Y'all are just out there trying to... The Emperor's out there, look. And there's been a, like, you're leaving. There's a chariot and you're leaving. The Emperor is bringing you on up out of the 3 of Cups celebration. So these ones are really upset that you're leaving. They need to re-trap you, but God said this is the end of their relationship with batteries. They've been trapping Divine Feminine's powerful masters and putting them into a state of poverty. Not just the women, but the men who support them and these masters. They see that you are a master, and somebody's trapped. Somebody's being very, restricted. So they were trapping your mastery. You're a master, and they were trapping you here with this Wheel of Fortune. So this is what we got. The King of Swords knows the truth. Justice is here about this stupid gatekeeper crossroad bullshit, casting illusion of crimes onto innocent people. We've got a Page of Cups here. Innocence. It's an innocent love, a young love. You may have been denied love. So it's very young, it's very pure. You got these old geezers out there that can't feel love for anybody or anything anymore. They want the prize for love. King of Cups. Ooh, King of Cups is here. But we also have 10 of Swords. Betrayal, pain, ending. Transition. They did say that they held their own funeral. So it's like, now this transference stuff, like I've been getting very bad heart attacks for the last 4 days now. Somebody transitioned. Could have been a King of Cups. In the near future, we've got the 6 of Swords. There's a departure. You could be leaving. You and somebody else. There's somebody here tired. Could be your protector is just tired. Worn out. It's been going on a while. The lens is being looked through. The Hermit. We've got research. So the light is on. We've got 10 of Cups and nostalgia. So it could be that those who have their light on, right? those who are inwardly guided, source connected, are coming into, those who are happy, harmonious, they're all about family and love in the history, in the past. Like, God said that vengeance is, the need for vengeance is in the history. Well, so is the 10 of Cups. Whatever you did in the history is what is deserving of that. We've got a a King of Cups there, but there's a 10 of Swords. King of Cups is in a 10 of Swords. In the environment, 7 of Swords. Deception. Oh, cunning. Yeah, so somebody's wanting to be deceptive. And we've got the 5 of Wands, conflict and competition. So we do still have in the environment deception and conflict, competition. They're trying to cast the illusion that this woman is dangerous simply because their magic won't kill her. Her protection is too powerful. She's too strong. And they want to keep her in this state of poverty because they're afraid of her. This just proves how dangerous she is. Well, no, it's not. Her power is for creating life, for healing the world, for making things temperance, balanced, peaceful. These guys, these need to control the wealth and command the minds and the hearts of people, are so worried about this woman. They don't want to give up their authority. They don't want to give up their command. They want to continue harvesting her initiate, reward, and authority, her gatekeeper positions that they have been holding everybody back at. They've been stealing these positions. They don't belong to them. Hopes and fears, 9 of Swords. Somebody is in a nightmare. Somebody's in a nightmare because of this stupid 7 of Swords and 5 of Wands. This conflict, they won't give it up. They're in a nightmare. They're trying to blame this woman, but God sees that these covens, these sorcerers posing as religious men are cursing the divine feminines because of their power and the God-granted authority. So they're not warring with divine feminine. They're casting illusions over her misuse of her power, and then they're trying to convict her. They've burned her alive many times. Multiple women that are powerful, more powerful than they. And they know that because they are pimps, child predators, pedophiles, and rapeists, they're universal sex traffickers of human beings, consumers, probably cannibals and everything. They red rum them and then study them throughout their lifetime to see how strong they are. Because these are not God's people. These are God's enemies. They have been unaliving God's people. The roses, the trump cards, those who have the light of the sun in them. And then they've been sticking them in poverty, in 10s of Swords. Oh, they're in trouble, man. 8 of Cups, letting go, moving on, abandonment. There's detachment. So there's a big thing here. Now they're trying to do this heart thing, right? The royal mother said to be prepared, they won't survive. Now there's a lot of attacks coming in by these men trying to transfer sin. These religious sorcerer warlocks, posing as religious men, using the Bible to curse people. We got Magician here, 2 of Pentacles. So you are manifesting balance. You're restoring balance, divine feminine. You're source connected. You're not a magician, but you are a natural generator and manifester of healthy systems connected to source. And you got these nasty jacks out here wanting to command your 9 of Pentacles. They want to command your fortune and your power and your authority. These are weak-ass men who could not, as a singular man or as a collective of a covens, could not take you out this time. You broke on through, and God sees through the illusion now of these jealous, envious hypocrites posing as men of God, RAPing people with the men, with the flesh made in the image of. It's crazy how sickening they are and how hateful they are of the power and authority of the divine woman. She's being elevated into her rightful position. She's not a dangerous person. Her power is to bring forth life and nurture it. And these men want to RAP it out of her and pretend that they are powerful men. Right? You're retreating here. You're leaving because you're recharging after persevering. We got a 7 of Pentacles here. You've worked very, very hard and you are in recovery mode. And before you can even get up off of the healing mat, you got these nasty jacks trying to force in heartbreak and hate and sin that they themselves owe a karmic debt for. So they're trying to do this Passover shit. And God sees very clearly they're liars. God sees very clearly the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. She's done a lot of work. Are you kidding me? So he has a deep understanding of the Queen of Cups, of the love of this divine feminine. And these masculines are out there hating on her so bad, trying to transfer their sin onto her. And everybody that she's connected to. So God's connected to this woman. And you've got these nasty religious pieces of shit, sorcerers, out there throwing magic on divine feminine, who is covered with a mighty shield in rainbow covenant with God, setting in her status of authority. And these nasty jacks who want to continue their wizardry, their sorcery, and their pimping of people throughout the universe are getting shut down. And they're trying to once again frame this woman for the crime of their own magic because it backfired and took somebody out. You're getting a new beginning. You're getting a new stable opportunity and reward. Because this fool has been touching your stuff. You're in a 4 of Wands energy. There's a homecoming. You have made an achievement. You have brought an ending to this perversity, this cycle of religious sorcery upon the divine mothers of the world. This hate. So they tried to take somebody out. It took their other person out. This just proves how dangerous she is. No, it just proves how weak your magic is compared to the mighty shield of protection of the Most High God. These nasty jacks were only strong because they were siphoning the essence out of powerful divine females at the gate while abusing them, torturing them, and sending them back through for another life of poverty and being treated like a prostitute, being abused egregiously. They're crying about it. They're crying. And they're like, they're saying it's this woman's fault. Well, no. Devil in a freaking religious wardrobe. They're magical unalivers. They transfer sin on everybody. Why do you think they tell a newborn baby it's a newborn sinner? Because they stick that baby's name in a jar and they start transferring all of the sin of the world onto it because they are a child of God. These religious people don't serve the people of God. They cage them in little jars and cover them in sin. So we got the Wheel of Fortune. There's a turn of the wheel. Justice is here. The King of Swords has the truth. Your soul came back online. It's very clear who you are, divine feminine. They couldn't suck the life out of you. The feeding tube came out. You came back into alignment. You've had a spiritual reset. Your energy has returned to you. Your soul came back online. They can see the truth of it. Justice is happening here. The divine masculine can see the truth. They've been sticking you, siphoning your energy, blaming you for their own magical sins, and then putting you back through for poverty while sending up Jezebel copycats wearing your initiate reward to screw up their upper kingdom stability. You're my obsession. It's because there's an unhealthy attachment. These weak-ass sorcerers are reliant upon your energy, your power, in order to appear powerful. Because their sorcery isn't shit unless it's attached to your essence. You're the master. You're the master. You're the one who has done all of the work here. You got somebody's in fear here because you are the master. You don't skip over details. You dig into the details and you make sure that they're all in alignment. Somebody's feeling like a victim because you are the master. They can't stick their low vibrational, nasty sorcerer transference of sin bullshit onto a fucking, excuse my language, master whose soul is big, bright and shiny, recognized by the divine. You guys you suck so bad. And they're in regret. What if I did this? What if I did that? Well, it's too bad because this person mastered themselves in the darkness that they have been forced to be in for centuries. Page of Cups. We got innocent love offer. Some kind of sensitivity. And we got dreaming of you, fantasy, wishful thinking. You're not dreaming of them. Page of Cups. Some kind of love offer. Somebody's sensitive. You're not dreaming of them. There's no fantasy. There's no history, perhaps. Perhaps this is somebody in you didn't know. You don't have any wishful thinking. Page of Cups doesn't have wishful thinking. They're not thinking. We got the King of Cups here and a Ten of Swords. What's going on with that? It's not me. It's trauma. Triggering projection. This King of Swords is trying to project a Ten of Swords onto a woman. I mean, King of Cups. There's a so-called King of Cups out here trying to project a Ten of Swords into a woman. They're very upset that it came back on them and it took out one of their own sorcerers. And they're saying, this proves how dangerous she is. No, her soul is back online and God said, you're not going to lay that nasty low vibrational sin shit on her. She didn't do it. These guys are obsessed with her and her energy. They need it in order to be seen as powerful. This is block and bless. They've been projecting their own inner wounds onto her and no more. They're blocked and blessed. There's boundaries here. There's no contact. God said they have to treat these women with respect. There's a protection order on these divine women. Their souls are back online. And God is like, you are not going to destroy these weary souls. This is the end of them feeding on them. It's done. And it does not matter because they gave them everything. Everything they had to give, they gave. They gave to these obsessive, indulgent, red-rumming thieves, these narcissistic boys in man suits pretending to be godly, cursing the freaking world with their sorcery. People who gave them their all. They twisted the truth on you. You never meant enough to them. They've just been using your womb, the power of your womb. And they're so furious that you are very powerful and divinely protected. God recognizes you, sees your soul online. And these guys are out there trying to unalive you with their stupid projection of this Ten of Swords. So you're in a Six of Swords energy. You're leaving this behind. You're departing. You're leaving. You're out of there. You're leaving it behind. I don't know what world they're going to be in, but they're not going to be in your world. Because they used and discarded you. They threw you away. So you're leaving it behind. You're going to put distance. You're leaving them. Those who used you and then discarded you. They threw you away, treated you like trash, said you were, when you were the master, you were the powerful one. You were over and above these nasty gatekeepers that kept torturing you to death and stealing your honor and your reward. Lifetime after lifetime, these low vibrational nasty jacks that study the crucifixion of the rose. The Hermit's here. You've done your research, or there's research being done on who is going to get this 10 of Pentacles according to the history. According to the history. Yep. Those people who deflowered virgins, a very young, childlike girls, and then left them and then never showed up. Left them alone lifetimes. They're old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old women, didn't have a family, nothing, because Nasty Jack came in when they were just a small girl looking for love, and they treated them like a whore, just like they did every freaking lifetime. There's research. Who took the 10 of freaking cups in the history? By loving you and then leaving you, by deflowering you in order to tag that vajiji and then pull off of that womb lifetime after lifetime. 7 of Swords, trickery and deception, conflict. 5 of Wands, struggle, challenge. You are no longer their drug. They can no longer use you. They're not going to transfer any damn thing or feed on your chakra or your womb anymore. Nasty Jack. Freaking, look at these pissants. They're out there holding 7 swords, wanting to conquer a powerful woman because they cannot stand next to her without feeling like a failure. It's pitiful. They're in a 9 of Swords nightmare because they rejected you. They rejected you. They're in a nightmare because they rejected you. Hot and cold, hot and cold. They came in and love bombed you and then left you. They rejected you. And they never gave you the opportunity to actually settle down with somebody who wanted to love you. They just came in and fucked around with your life and your energy. And they thought it was very pleasing. And they're thinking you are dangerous. They have brutalized your soul lifetime after lifetime, studying you, these Rosicrucian jackass sorcerers. They're in an 8 of Cups. They're getting abandoned. You're leaving them behind. Because you are no longer talking to the void. You're no longer alone in the void. You are seen. So they are getting abandoned. You were detached, or they're getting detached because you are no longer in the void. You're free. The curse is broken. They can't trap you there. We got fake apologies rolling in. Oh yeah, there's fake apologies coming in because they want you to repeat a cycle. But God said this is a no contact zone for Nasty Jack, for these transfers of sin, for these stupid hypocrites calling themselves godly men. No, because real eyes see the real lies. The illusion is cracked. Everybody can see very clearly. They had you in the void and you're no longer there. Your soul came back online and they're trying to put you back in the void. They rejected you, betrayed you, and you're done explaining. You deserve better. You're out of there. You're healed, not hooked. Yep, and they can't touch you. They are blocked AF. And the truth hurts. The tea is cold now. Walking away from the table. We're done waiting for you, Nasty Jack. We're done waiting for you, childish fuckboy. We're done. Because the dick ain't all that, brother. It just ain't. These feeding tubes of spiders, man. These can't be men in these flesh suits. It just can't, because they're feeding with that penis. They're plugging in and draining the chakra system and the womb of energy. They're not pouring energy in, they're sucking it out and downloading their karmic nastiness of all their little man lovers, all their little woman lovers, all of their nastiness that they've done to children, everything. They put it on people. But your soul came back on, and people, God can see you. You're no longer talking to the void. Your telepathic communication is on. These guys are trying to transfer 10 of Swords into you. They're trying to project their inner wounds onto you, their hate, their heartbreak, all of that stuff that they didn't do. They're like, oh, please forgive me if I was ever like that. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Well, no, God can see very clearly what you're trying to do. You're trying to lie, beg for forgiveness while you're transferring your sin onto an innocent person. And that's not the way it's going to be. A couple of years ago, God said that people were going to be responsible for carrying their own cross in this new cycle. There will be no more transference of sin. It just isn't going to happen. Because God can see her clearly. They, all these divine feminines have let God see, what? The Akashic, the true record of the soul, not these illusional replacement records. No. The truth is known. And they keep trying to transfer 10 of Swords into you. And it is very painful. It hurts like hell, which could be where they're going to go, because they're not protected this Passover. They think because they consumed the blood and the flesh of a sacrifice, a pure angel, that they're going to get free. God said they're the new fodder. They're not going to be consuming your soul. This King of Cups is trying to transfer 10 of Swords into you. They want to transfer their trauma into you. That's exactly what they're doing, and they're block AF. They're going to perish from their own trauma and the nastiness that they're putting on this magic, trying to throw it on an innocent person. The wheel is turning here. The law of cause and effect is here. Justice is here. The King of Swords knows the truth, has clarity regarding you. A powerful master. Your soul came back online. You've had a spiritual reset. These guys have been, yeah, and you listening. Your soul is online. You're connected to source, and you've got these nasty religious people trying to transfer devilish crap into you so that they can say that you're dangerous, but you're not. You're source connected. You're receiving the fruits of the heavens here in this realm, and these nasty jacks want to siphon it right out of you. They want to claim it. These so-called religious people want to claim your messaging and your gifts and say God loves them best. Well, God doesn't. Otherwise, they would have been the one to receive this beautiful reward. They haven't got it, and they're obsessed with keeping divine feminine in a 5 of Pentacles poverty. They don't want you having anything that you have earned. You're powerful and you're wealthy, far beyond anything that these fake religious people are. They're just out there wearing fine clothes, speaking scripted speak, made up by a man. None of it is proper, and none of it is source connected. Like you, they want your source connection. They have to try to convince everybody that you're dangerous because their magic is backfiring because it won't stick on you. God is like, no, you're not sticking that on my daughter. And it's going back on them. This just proves how dangerous she is. Well, no, God's listening to you, and you're going to probably perish too because this is unacceptable. This is an obsessed, unhealthy freaking psycho, man. Freaking psycho. Dangerous psycho. We got stranded. They left you stranded. They want you in a 5 of Pentacles. You are their obsession, their unhealthy attachment. This person refuses to forfeit their connection. This is the curator. This is the curator. He is famous for transferring sin onto innocent people and animals. and then slaughtering them to the devil, where they will suffer for a sin and bad energy that they themselves were not responsible for producing. Osiris knows the truth of it. You guys, your illusions are busted. So they're coming after the masters, the divine feminines, the life givers, the ones who have portals within their own temple that's connected to all of the star nations. These upper dimensional divine, very upper divine realms. You got low vibrational devils in freaking religious garb claiming that they are the ones connected to source. Oh, no, you're not. This belongs to the divine feminine. And this king of this, what is this? This guy, he's trying to transfer this onto a woman. That he's trying to transfer it onto this woman. And she's like, no. Blocked AF. You're not going to stick it on them. They're trying to project their own wounds. This king of freaking cups is trying to project his wounds onto this woman. He's trying to make her carry the weight of his unresolved trauma. And blocked and blessed. She's blessed. God is protecting her. She's source connected. You got these angry, jealous masculines out there trying to unalive this woman because they want to consume her, eat her, and then pretend that they are just like her, while sending her back through for another cycle of poverty and being alone because she'll be covered in the blame and the shame of their own sin. God said, not this time. They will not be taking love from her. And if they try to strip her of love, if they try to strip love out of this, there's hell to pay. And over these next 9 days, these guys are going to be paying it because their magic isn't going to transfer shit. Not this time. So they say Satan rules this world, and Satan, who is their God, covers his lights by sacrificing angels, earth angels, and then they consume them, according to a commenter on my page. They eat them in order to be protected. This is how their God protects them. Weird, wacky stuff. We got opinions about your heart. Your heart, your love is so huge. You're this divine being, Aphrodite. And you got these religious people and these law people. They're like, should we arrest her? Should we send her to hell? Oh, that just proves how dangerous she is. And it's like, are you kidding me? They're trying to, this King of Cups is trying to transfer 10 of Swords into the heart of this woman. They're trying to break her beautiful heart. It's magnificent. The energy, the healing energy that's coming off of her is so magnificent. These Rosicrucians, they're these crucifiers of the rose. They've been trying desperately to break her heart and transfer their sin into her. There's no contact. They're in regret. They all got their opinions. What if, what if, what if? They're trapped in this stupid restriction now because they were trying to harm this beautiful, loving, divine woman. She's too powerful. Stick her in the box. Stick her in the box. Stick her in the box. Page of Cups. Somebody's curious. You're not dreaming of them. They can't tap into your dreams anymore. Page of Cups. Those who were trying to do what? Love spells in the dream state. They can't tap your dreams anymore to cause some kind of a fantasy. So the youngers, they're not able to come into your dream space and manipulate your love life. Teachers. They're no longer able to interfere with your teachers. Your teachers come to you in the dream space, and you had these nasty, perverted, freaking contract hoarders and soul siphoners tapping into your dreams and then fucking with you there, messing up with your teachers. So now they can't do that because your teachers are here. You're listening to your teachers. Your soul came back online. You're reconnected with your teachers. You've got this King of Cups trying to project their own freaking Ten of Swords trauma onto you. And they are blocked. And you are blessed. They cannot contact you. There's boundaries here. There's closure. They're supposed to be treating you with respect, but instead they're violating you in a heinous way. Calling themselves men. They just don't have any value. The only value that these men have is trapping the rose. Is trapping the rose. They feed on your beautiful love. That's all they got. But your soul came back online. You got your light, your shine on. You got your lamp, your oil and your lamp came on. You're providing inspiration. You're inspired. You're creating art. You are a creatress. You have this beautiful mind. You have this beautiful mind. You have this beautiful heart. Your love inspires people. And these religious folks are mad. They want to bind you again. They want to leave you stranded. They're obsessed with you being stranded and in poverty. They do not want this love or this inspiration spreading into the world. They want people stuck in a state of what if, what if, what if. But now they are stuck in a what if, what if, what if. They had a master restricted, and now they're in regret. Jealous, envious, low-vibing entities living on script created by man or whatever low-vibrational god they're worshiping. They're not with the Rainbow Covenant holder. If they were, they would have a humongous, green, loving heart. They would all have it. If they were you, if they were listening to Source, they would have it. But they don't. They're trying to impose their will upon you because you're the one with the fruits. You're the one with Source connection. And they're like, we better trap that. Oh, we better trap that for ourselves. Why? Because you're the caretaker of love. Look, they used and discarded the caretaker, the love. They left you alone, heartbroken. They didn't want this love to be so freaking big in the world. They're trying to shatter the heart. Like the other day when I felt this, it's like when I felt this, it was like huge. It was like all up in here. It was like the whole upper half of my body was just in like one of those fragmented, broken glass things. And it was terrible, terribly painful. And it lasted for like 2-3 days. And then after that eased, I got another full day of it. This King of Cups, there's no love in that jackwagon. They're projecting their Ten of Swords injuries onto other people because they're too, broken to love themselves to health. They have to project the nastiness onto divine feminine. But not anymore. She's not carrying the burden of your shit. You're no lover. You're a freaking nasty jack. They used and discarded divine feminine. They treated her like she had no value when she was the source of love and she was the one caretaking people, making certain that their soul was heard, that their gentle side was seen and tended to. They used you, discarded you, they threw you away, they devalued love, they devalued your capacity to nurture, they treated you like you were not less than an animal. Look at them. You're the caretaker of love. And look at them. They're obsessed with you in your soul. They wanted to destroy you. This is the knowledge that you have gained here. The Hermit is here doing the investigations. Who is happy in the history, and who deflowered the beautiful virgin and then never shut up, treated her like a prostitute forever, for centuries. We're done trying. We're done trying. You're done trying because you've grown strong now. You drive your own damn chariot. You got a freaking, you're a tiger. Or maybe you're just accompanied by a tiger. Maybe you just got a whole bunch of flowers and a whole bunch of kitties and a whole bunch of strength. Strength and beauty is what you are. And they threw you in the trash and they treated you like you were nothing. When you were everything. Everything that they were not, but were telling the citizenry they knew everything about. They were studying you while teaching the people all about religion. They were accusing you of, what is that? Being sacrilegious. They were accusing you of being sacrilegious while they were committing sacrilege by trying to destroy your connection to Source. They hated you. They wanted to study you. They wanted to break your heart and then watch you put it back together. And they were fascinated by it. Past lives. Many of them ending in torturous, burning alive, being roasted in the bowl, being crucified, just like the Christ. Past life memories of gatekeepers, throwing you back down the hill, giving your stuff to Jezebel and sending her up into the realms, the upper realms, to be a whore and to have reckless sex with divine beings and then drop them back into the lower dimensional spaces. So be patient. Look, we've got rest. We got rest, offering. There's an offering being made. Oh, death, shadow. Death, shadow. We got love, shadow. Grounded. You're grounded and you are appreciated. And so you were given a rebirth. A rebirth. You were given a rebirth. So there was and you are protected. High Priestess. You were freaking innocent all along. These folks are uneasy because you are speaking up about this, about what they've been doing. These sneaky little gatekeeper positions where they've been knocking Divine Feminine down, taking the initiate reward, giving it to Jezebel, who's not rooted, not crowned, and unworthy of that status. But they puppet them up there in order to destroy the powerful divine masculines so that they can knock them down to their level, right? Somebody's going around, yeah, because they were sacrificing you in the past and having you go around and around and around in a circle. They had you childlike. Life may have been fleeting. Because you were being attacked. There's an attack in the community. Oh my gosh, there's an attack in the community. You are childlike. Somebody's sleep could be fleeting. These religious people, like maybe they're being haunted. Maybe sleep is fleeting. They're not able to get sleep. They attacked the community, or there is a community under attack. And you are protected by joy. When you are happy, you know you're on the right track. Things are falling apart. People are afraid because these women that they had in the dark have become saints. You've become saints. Not only are you powerful empresses, high priestesses, daughters divine, daughters of Eden, but with this super powerful love, this super powerful soul, Everybody's got their opinion about you. Oh no, don't let that one out. She loves too big. It's sad, man. Things are falling apart because you transformed through the fear, through the darkness. You became saints. Literal saints. So we got 7 of Swords here. There's been deception and manipulation. 5 of Wands, conflict, competition. Although there was no competition. They can't compete. There's no competition. There is simple heart-shattering brutality, busting you down so that they can study you and see if they can become like you. But it's been 3,000 to 4,000 years and they can't get it on. They can't get it on. Why? They're not like you. They're not like you. But they're here pretending that they are. Now things are falling apart for them because you transformed. You're a bunch of saints. You're no longer being used for their drug. You are innocent. You are pure. You've been sanctified by the Most High. Every sin that these guys were covering you in has been washed away. And these jackwagons are mad because they're trying to project it on you, and they're really upset because you're innocent, number one, and number two, you have a regular like ritual or practice of purification. You've probably been dealing with this stuff for a long time, and you probably just have things that you do on the regular to manage it. And they're like, oh no, you stopped drinking. I mean, maybe you did in your teens or your early life. Maybe you drank, maybe you tried some stuff out and they got their hooks in you, but you don't do those things anymore. And so whatever they're doing isn't working because it's outdated. They never met you in this particular state. You've been in the dark a long time. Your heart has gone under many shatterings. It could be that you have lived many lives of suffering. You got this beautiful heart. You're a master, and they kept sticking you in this 8 of Swords trap to observe you, to study you. These are the Rosicrucians, according to Spirit. I thought it was a different big church when they were talking about that. It's not a church. It's a front for a low vibrational sort of trafficking ring. So they're in a 9 of Swords nightmare because they rejected you. They did not choose you. They unchose you. And then they used you like a prostitute, a hot and cold, come in and deflower you and then leave you alone for the rest of your life while they raped your womb and your mind. So, yeah. They stripped the joy out of the minds of the secret garden. So they tried, these are happiness haters. And by this, I never meant enough, by rejecting you, by causing nightmares, by conflict and all of that, they stripped the joy out of the secret garden, which is what? Eden. The daughters of Eden, the sons of Eden, everybody who's been here trying to receive their messaging and then manifest it in the world. You got these religious folks that say you're too powerful, you're too dangerous, they can't have you bringing all this big powerful love into the world. Oh no, why? Because we got low vibrational entities here who can't survive in that energy. So we've got entities here posing as human, or maybe they're just human puppets, but they got technology to really, shatter a heart. They can use DEW technology to just come in and go on the heart and then try to stick their 10 of Swords in it. Well, maybe he perished. He's blocked and now there's bliss. So we got letting go, 8 of Cups, abandonment. You're no longer talking to the void. Somebody's being let go because you're no longer talking to the void. Somebody abandoned you. You're no longer talking to the void. You're the healer. Everybody can see you are the healer. You've got the light. Everything you touch is brought for vitality, vital force. You're the healer. You got this magnificent soul. God is like bringing you all of the fruits that you are here to manifest in this world. The King of Swords knows the truth of this now. Justice is being served because these guys, these entities had you trapped here and they kept breaking your heart. The heart of a healer, the heart of somebody who is here to deliver inspiring, upper source connected messaging into the realm. They were interfering with everybody's opportunity to elevate into a status of nobility. Instead, these ones were driving everybody into various terrible mindsets. They're in regret for doing that to you. This circle of the past, yeah, this circle, this Rosicrucian or whatever in the past, you may have belonged to a circle like that, childlike, yeah. So they attacked you. They attacked you, put you to sleep, attacked you in the community. Yeah, you're armored. It could be that this whole community here is armored and protected from attack because you spoke up. You're a high priestess. Somebody's uneasy about this high priestess being protected by the sun. So there was death, and then there was love, this huge love, and the freaking universe and heaven is inside this woman. Heaven is inside this woman. Look, man, there's so much jealousy against divine feminine. It's so sick, okay? You're very grounded. Your heart, you're very grounded with nature. You're like Mother Nature. You're full of love. It's a magnificent love. It's like way big, bigger than most people's freaking toroidal field. Your soul is online. You're receiving the upper dimensional fruits that you're here to share in this realm with the people. And you've got these few folks that don't want other people to have it. They got to trap you and then study it and take it and become rich, right? Because they're, you know, they're the authority. You are very grounded here. You're protected by the sun. You're the high priestess. And these ones are trying to strip love out of your chest, or at least mine. I'm not the only one. This is Passover. They're really coming in hard and heavy. So be aware of that. It's happening. This is day one, and they've already held a personal funeral for one of these sorcerers whose magic backfired. It could very well have been this King of Cups. You're the caretaker of love. They used you, discarded you. They treated you like a prostitute. They didn't want anybody to be with you. You're the healer. You're the healer. You're bringing the fruits. You're bringing everything that people need to flourish. And they hid you away. They hid you in this poverty, this state of poverty. And they obsessed over you while you were stranded, shut away, silenced from the world. They didn't want anybody to know that you were here, the healer, that you were the actual healer. You're no longer talking to the void. The wheel of fortune is turning. Karma is here. Everybody's receiving their fortune. Justice will be served. The law of cause and effect. The King of Swords knows the truth. He sees that, well, he is a powerful master, and he sees that your soul is online and that you are actually receiving the fruits from the upper realms. This is you. You're the real deal. You're in alignment. And you got these nasties out here trying to shatter that beautiful heart of yours and put 10 swords into it. Not everybody gets a ticket to your next season. You're allowed to outgrow people. You have evolved through the suffering. You have changed, and there is freedom here. They left you stranded. They're obsessing over you. you're the master. You always have been. They've been knocking divine feminines, these powerful wise women, off the mountain after they were the ones who did all of the work to nurture everybody and get everybody up the hill. Then they kicked them off and cast the illusion that they were this, using their own freaking energy. Using their own energy. So they're trying to shatter this gem. They're trying to shatter that gem and then jam 10 swords into it. This is a so-called King of Cups. You are inspired and they are blocked. Okay. Just an old-fashioned love song. Da, 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 da. So it's an old song. So yeah, this is an old song. We're done with this song. We've learned our lesson. We're moving on. You are free. You have evolved out of this scenario. So these ones are in regret. They're having a lot of opinions. There's probably a lot of argument. They're saying this proves how dangerous you are. And it's like, are you kidding me? You keep putting death into the heart of this woman. And then you sit there and say she's dangerous because it's not killing her. I mean, I don't understand this. These whack jobs, man, they're freaking whacked. They want to romanticize their own life. They've been single. They didn't want you. They locked you away. They siphoned your womb, your heart. They broke your heart. They tried to drain your soul. They were out there thinking their life was grand because they were consuming you. Now they're in regret for leaving you in all of these various emotional states. Everything that happened to you will happen to them. They think it's your fault for surviving, but the God they are serving is not the God that's protecting you now. They're going to have to go romanticize their own damn life. That's what they were doing. They didn't like you. They didn't want you. Page of Cups is sitting here trying to make an offer, but they're not able to tap into your dreams. They're not able to tap into the dreams of your teachers. These young freaking jackasses that have been targeting powerful women who are source connected, that they can no longer tap into the dreams of the teachers. This wisdom, they're being cut off. They can no longer receive this wisdom that is not meant for them. These guys have been hacking consciousness of powerful, love-filled, powerful souls who are source connected by hacking the dream state, by getting into the 4D and then doing their wizardry. Real low life, nothing to offer anyone. There's no value in their soul if they even have one still. Unfollow equals self-care. So they can't tap into your dreams of your teachers. You're alone with your teachers. So you're free of this. You're unfollowing these people. Maybe you blocked this person. You've got free. Your teachers are Your teachers are guiding you to unfollow, to take better care of yourself, to focus on you. These guys have been tapping into your mind in the dream state and jacking around your subliminals for a long time. Yeah, they're not very nice. So King of Cups has been trying to project their inner wounding, their 10 of Swords, onto the heart space of this beautiful woman. They're trying to shatter it so that they can get this beautiful life. Well, Nasty Jack, spiritual hygiene starts with doing your own damn laundry. Clean your room. Get some discipline. Take action rather than trying to destroy this beautiful woman. She's inspired and you are blocked and she is blessed. No contact. This is closure, Nasty Jack. 6 of Swords, she's leaving because you used her and then discarded her. You devalued her. You threw her away. You threw all of your emotional trash onto her. She is the caretaker of love. And the best filter she's ever going to wear is self-love. It looks good on her. She's glowing. She loves herself. She's the caretaker of love. She is the one who is to guide everybody into it. But these nasty, lustful pimps wanted to prostitute love. So they made a prostitute out of the energy of love. Oh, you're so sickening, man. Sick. Sick. They broke the heart. Sick. Oh, I'm a fabulous man, aren't I? Because they used and discarded a fabulous caretaker of love. And now these jackasses, these pimps, these whores, they're not going to get any freaking love out of Divine Feminine. They're getting cut off. They're getting cut all the way off. All of their nasty magic, this transference of wealth and bullshit, it's all going to come back on them, and they're going to go down, down, down. Ring of fire. Ring of fire. The Hermit is here. You've done your research regarding this Ten of Cups. Who has earned it in the history? What happened to it? Mr. Childhood piece of shit. I'm going to deflower you, love you forever, and then treat you like a whore, leave you hanging for centuries. You grew very strong, and then you probably listened to these nasty jacks bitch at you about being in too much into your masculine energy. You're not feminine enough. Well, oh yes, you are. Look at all them flowers. You got flowers, you got strength, you got beauty, you've got grace, you got all the power and the soul connection and all the fruits coming through you. And you got these assholes out here wanting to stick a knife and shatter that beautiful heart so that they can put 10 swords of nastiness into you and have a great life. It's what they've been doing. It's what they've been doing. They're in fear. They're in Netflix jail. They're dead weight. You're releasing the devil. They're no longer able to show the lifetime story of Earthwoman. They're in Netflix jail. They are a bunch of dead weight, and you're letting it go. Charm is not character. The devil has been exposed by your strength. Look at him. He's so freaking mean. He comes in, deflowers her, promises to love her, and then he looks at her like he's the most evil piece of shit. And she's like, what do you mean you don't love me? And it's like, you piece of shit. Seven of Swords, trickster, a deceiver, lazy piece of shit. Five of Wands, competition. This lazy piece of shit thought that they were going to compete with a powerful soul. Oh yes, lazy piece of shit. That's who they chose over you. Unbelievable. You're no longer their drug. You're no longer their drug. They cannot pull off of your womb, your sacral. Things are falling apart for them because you transformed under the moon. You have turned into a bunch of saints, like you've been given sainthood or whatever. Because these people were there's a reality check. The law of attraction ain't the law of laziness. Things are falling apart for these people because you transformed in the darkness that they had you cocooned in. Miss Lazy got lazy. Miss Lazy deceiver. They can no longer use your sexual energy. Things are falling apart. People are afraid. These lazy people. They're in a Nine of Swords nightmare. They did not choose you. They rejected you, hot and cold, pushing your buttons. They tried to strip joy out of the imagination of those in the secret garden. Your heartbreak isn't Broadway ready. Not every feeling deserves a full cast musical. Drama, balance, and perspective. They were stealing the joy out of the minds of people with all of this stupid drama, this entrapment, this heartbreak, so they could siphon it, so they could siphon the love out of you and then go be lazy and have a great life. Oh, I'm so fantastic. Look at all this sorcery I can do and fuck up a bitch's world. Yeah, I'm great. Uh-huh. Yeah, they think they are. They think they are. But now we got the Eight of Cups, we got abandonment. You're no longer talking to the void. You are the healer. You could be doing healing. You could be helping people heal. It's so crazy. You were here to help them, and all they wanted to do was pimp out and transfer ten of swords into these pure divine, huge souls, huge hearts, huge healers. These egotistical pieces of crap. They're afraid of you. They don't have any love in them. All they have is jealousy. They don't have this powerful love energy, which can really accomplish and manifest a lot of things, which it should, because you're one of the planetary stabilizers, healers of the world, and these people stuck you in the earth and decided that you didn't need to grow a damn thing. And God said, excuse me? So we got healing, and this is, you did not sponsor the circus. We've got healing here. You did not sponsor the circus. You're a healer. You're no longer talking to the void. You're doing some healing. Some people think you're necessary. You did not sponsor the circus. You're not a maniac out here being lazy, stealing soul value and breaking hearts magically from people you don't even know. Nasty freaking pieces of shit. We got stop. Stop already. The memories are being burned. So people are having anxiety because we've got divine feminine throwing shit in the fire. These actors, these actresses, these little religious fraudsters, whatever the hell, divine feminine, true source connected, magnificent soul, magnificent heart. People are going in the fire. Girl, blocking is free. You're blocking these people. They can't sleep. They can't talk to you. They can't tap your mind. They can't tap your dreams. They're losing signal. He owes you silence. He owes you silence. Messy does not mean powerless. And these people treated you like you were a nincompoop. These bastards that were out there torturing people and their souls, consuming them. They said because you're a mess on the outside, you got to be a mess on the inside. But they don't know what creation is, obviously, because the process of creation is messy. But you got a whole bunch of people who worship death and this idea of some kind of perfection. It's like, whatever, man. They like this perfection. They strip out every imperfection, and therefore they have stripped out limitless potentiality by stripping the heart and the soul of the healers, by trying to destroy the magnificent love in these saintly women. Yeah, they're seeking advice. They got to hold themselves accountable. They're being held accountable. They kept the bar real low. But honey, you are not on clearance. They chose the filter, the glow up filter. They chose the fake version of you. And now everything that they did to you is going back on them. It sure is. And they're exhausted watching your reruns because everything that happened to you is going to be done to them. And they're like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, 4,000 years worth of from the beginning to the end, God said. Signs were everywhere, and they did not listen. They're trying to rewrite the story, but this is the ending. They're being detached. This is closure. And yes, it sucks, but no, you're not dying. Stop trying to save people who won't share anything with you. This is about fair reciprocity. It's about boundaries. It's about the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. And they did not think that your soul was going to come back online. They thought that they had destroyed your heart and your soul so thoroughly that you would never come back online. But here you are. And this is the last lifetime story of Earth Woman. They're losing the saints, the daughters of Eden. Because they were stingy, because they brought nothing but chaos to the life of a powerful healer that is source connected, or was before, and then they shut them down. They broke the heart. They caused such significant pain. And you're no longer giving idiots spiritual credit, or God isn't. Not everyone is a lesson. Some people are just dumb. And I've heard the younger is calling these individuals stupid. They lost you. All they had to do was allow you to be a loving, healing presence in the world. But you got a lot of people out there who looked at divine feminines as a drug, and they can't do that anymore. This is the end. Those who did that, they're losing their phallus, they're losing their right to marriage, they're losing their right to contact. They've burnt the bridge. They will never get contact with upper dimensional, high vibrational, saintly women again. Because they were cheating on them, they were filthying their energies, and then they were sacrificing them into the devil's arena. And then somebody was able to come up out of there and expose the devil, your strength. They did this to you when you were very young. And then they were unavailable, and you just got done trying. You're done trying. You chose yourself. You got your glow up. You're the caretaker of love. They used you and discarded you, so you're leaving them behind. Whatever. They didn't want connection with you. They wanted to be a brutal Mr. Show-Off. They didn't want to be loved. They just wanted to be a filthy, oh, let's study her. Oh, I'm a mad scientist. Let's do some genetic CRISPR technology. Create a superior being. So there's a firestorm because your soul came back on and you are listening to the fruits. You're gathering the fruits of your labor. You're receiving the fruits. You're in the dream space. You got these younger pages. They're no longer able to tap into your mind and listen to the teachers teaching you. They're having a firestorm of karma. You're getting an energy return. There's a firestorm of karma. Anybody who's been stealing energy from you has got to give it up. They got to give it up. They've been keeping you in a 5 of Pentacles poverty. They abandoned you. And then they obsessed over you while you were stranded. But not everybody gets a ticket to your new season. You evolved by yourself in this space where unknown, unseen people were hurting you while you were stranded and alone in poverty. Having such a great time studying you, treating you like you were some kind of a freaking relic, freaking sex addict. Sex addicts aren't getting a ticket to your next season. It doesn't matter. You're the master. You mastered yourself. They're in regret for trapping you, for messing with you. They are trapped themselves. We got people wanting to study you and romanticize their own damn life. It could be time for you to romanticize your own damn life. You're the beloved child of the Most High. They have their opinions. You stopped waiting. You romanticized your own life. You got your light on. Your soul came back online. You romanticized your own damn life. So they're sitting there studying you. Where are you getting this love? Where are you getting this love? Where's it coming from? You said, you know what? I'm going to buy myself flowers. I'm going to get myself that piece of 100% rose chocolate. I'm going to do whatever it takes to serve my inner divine, because obviously everyone outside of me is a damn sex addict, lying, cheating, obsessive piece of crap that just wants to destroy every happy moment. So you went and you gave yourself a whole shitload of happy moments. They all watching you. They all have opinions about the beloved son or daughter of the Most High. They got their opinions about how you chose yourself. While everybody was out there trying to brutalize your sexuality, you chose yourself. And this is your love. This is yours. These ones don't have any. Look at them. There's no love in their heart. None. They're studying you. They're like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to get that? Oh, well, first off, you have to have a heart. You have to have, compassion. Page of Cups can no longer tap into your dreams and listen to your teachers. You are free of it. They were trying to compare themselves to the queen bee. You are free of it. You've blocked them. So you've blocked them. Your teachers have blocked them. Yes. Your dream teachers have blocked them. So King of Cups is trying to project his own Ten of Swords trauma onto this beautiful person. This is a reset. They're going to have to learn discipline. Perhaps you did learn discipline. Spirit, you have great spiritual hygiene. You are inspired and you bring inspiration to others. These people are blocked and you are being blessed. There are boundaries, no contact. This is over. This is goodbye. This is a number 10 on the card of inspiration. You're leaving it behind. Six of Swords, transitioning on from those who threw you away. They devalued you. They took your beautiful, magnificent, huge, out of this world presence, a saintly presence. This what you became here in the shadows. You transformed, you got your wings, you are saints, the children are with you, you've been caring for the children. These people have been out there messing around and now things are falling apart. The world is flipping. The world is flipping on these lazy folks. They're having some fear. You're the caretaker of love. Or your love is the caretaker. You've got this amazing glow about you. Look, there's no mask. This isn't a mask. Your confidence, your glow, it's not a mask. There's no shade about you. You're the caretaker of love, or your love is the caretaker. And they threw you away, treated you like trash, so you're moving on. It's like, okay, you didn't want a connection? Fine. You don't have to have one. We're out of here. You're the real deal. You've got an obvious glow. The Hermit is here with the Ten of Cups. You're researching the history of people's love for family. Some kind of an analysis going on regarding perhaps what... According to the history, there's either vengeance or reward, right? So the Hermit has done their research on the harmony and happiness, the love of childhood, of the history, and those who deflowered you and then left you and then never showed back up. They got you when you were young. They got that connection, probably traumatized you, and then left you there. So you're done trying. You're very strong. You chose yourself. You chose your inner divine. You are a tigress. You make flowers everywhere. You are an older woman. You could be 43 years old. You're very strong. Somebody's in fear because of your transformation. You're letting people go. You're letting the devil go. You're letting those who deceived you and is deceiving everyone, you're letting them go. Whoever this devil is, you're letting them go. They're losing sleep. Look at this. It even looks kind of like the same person. Isn't that weird? They're dead weight. You've been carrying the weight of this nasty jack for centuries. I mean, at least a lifetime. I'm thinking centuries. They're losing sleep. They're worried. They're replaying the events. Everything they did to you, they're thinking about. They're like, oh no, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah, well, you did it. And the thing about it is they really liked it. They enjoyed it. They really enjoyed it. But you're just too damn strong. And look at that. You're manifesting flowers, your strength. You've got things going on. You don't need this devil. This devil is looking at Aries like, ooh, hey, honey. And you're like, hey, charm is not character. You just don't like the character of this devil. They're losing sleep. They're replaying everything. You just don't care. You got your glow up. It's not a mask. These 7 of Swords and 5 of Wands, deceivers, manipulators, competing with you. There was no competition. There was straight up abuse. And then study of how you managed it. These are sickening people. They don't understand who you are. They fear who you are. They need to trap the beloved child of God. And they need to live high and mighty while they study what you're doing so they can pretend and mimic. They can no longer have sex with you. They can no longer use you as some kind of energetic drug. They're afraid because you're saintly, you transformed, you got your wings in the darkness, you're all saints, the children are with you. The things are falling apart for these lazy people. They didn't manifest shit. They just came in with their sex addiction and started to have sex and then drain people of their soul value, breaking their heart, transferring their sin onto them. They're in a karma storm, a firestorm of karma right now. They could be mentally breaking down. Somebody apparently passed away. They had a private funeral. Apparently it wasn't announced. I don't know who this might be. It could be somebody of upper importance. I mean, somebody of the political nature may have passed away. They're not announcing it. They had a private ceremony. They could have replaced them with a freaking one of them plastic, body puppet mask suits or whatever. So the love spell, bumping heads and separation. So these people are lazy. They did love spells on people. They came in, they slept with them, courted with their sacral, and then they left and left them secluded. And it could very well be that this is what's happening to them. They might be reflecting on what it is they've done, although I don't think that they have the capacity to truly understand. They don't know. They've been getting away with this for thousands of years. They really are rather ignorant, I think. And those who aren't ignorant are just arrogant and mean. They're in a 9 of Swords nightmare. They did not choose you. They rejected you. And now they're being rejected because of the hot and cold, the whiplash effect, this stealing the joy, sucking the happiness out of the minds of the secret garden, the Garden of Eden. This heartbreak. This drama, this nasty sex-addicted perception. They didn't like the perception of divine feminine. They didn't like her loyalty to family. They didn't like how serious she was about the safety and happiness of the children. They didn't want to listen to this boss bitch. They wanted to stick a knife in it and then shut her up while drawing off of this beautiful emerald heart. They're in trouble, man. And they're blaming her. They're saying that it's her fault. Well, she's the daughter of a lion. And as far as I know, she's like married into the tree, the upper and the under. They're like unified. And so the families are all together working, and we got this symbiosis happening now. And these shitheels who've had this beautiful little scenario where they transferred sin onto this big old magnificent heart space of divine feminines, and then watched how they alchemized it. These psychos, freaking psychos, they won't let go. They're creating a bunch of drama, heartbreak. This psycho wants a heartbreak, and the best way to do that is through relationship. To get in there, plug in, drain you of your happiness and your chakra system, break your chakras, shatter you. Eight of Cups, somebody's being abandoned because you're not talking in the void anymore. You are a healer, and you did not sponsor this clown show. You didn't buy into it. You didn't participate in it. You suffered because of it, but you did not support it. You're not accepting any proposals. You're not sponsoring this clown show. You didn't go hook up with people to try to siphon their energy. You did not get on board with this scenario, and that's why they kept on aliving you. You're saints. Big souls, big hearts, big energy. Queen bee energy. Saintly energy. Big glow. And your love is the caretaker. You've got this big glow. You are the caretaker of love. It's no shady business here. So we got these triangular people in the history getting readings on powerful people, and now they're under pressure. Oh, they miss you. Yes, they do, because you made it okay. You made it possible for Mr. Arrogant to be fake busy. They're all up in their feelings about the twin flames, or maybe they were casting illusions and tricking people with this magic regarding the failings of twin flames. And I can say this is true. These guys are doing this magical, emotional, and mental download of their own traumas. Problem is they're trying to shatter the heart of somebody who is already healed, and they're trying to insert their own Ten of Swords onto a person who's already healed. They got a magnificent, humongous heart. They've got a humongous light and soul about them, and you can't stick your nasty shit. This is a natural born healer. A pure soul. Very strong. Tigress. They're having massive regrets. It's too late to snatch up a divine feminine. Yeah, piss on you. They've been illuminated, and they're getting a new GPS. They have illuminated what has been going on with the GPS of Jezebel and the fake spiritual guru tapping into the minds of divine feminines and then playing a role. They're effed up over you. They're drinking to cope. They were happy single. They did not want to get involved with anybody. God is fed up with these secrets. And we're moving away. Maybe you're fed up with the secrets. Everybody's fed up with these stupid whoring secrets. So you're moving on. You are free of the round and round of this stupid romance scenario. You don't have to do it anymore. This side hustle. This genetic harvesting. So that people can pretend that they are you. With this workplace affair, this sweet talk, we're closing the cycle. It's going in the funeral. Closing the cycle of marriages feeding on you. It's going in the funeral. Whoever's been feeding on your energy, they are perishing now. They're trying to stick their trauma and their Ten of Swords on you. They've been masquerading as a King of Cups because they've been pouring all of this nasty shit onto you. They're not a transmuter. They're not an alchemist. They're not somebody who has faced their fear. You're turning your back on them. And they're heartbroken. This jackass is heartbroken, and he and his triangular whatever is running. They're unemployed. They don't have any money. They've been pretending to love you while hating you, sleeping with you, and then detaching from you, ghosting you, sacrificing you, popping the question, and then sacrificing you. They're ashamed. They're not happy. They've been pretending to be you. Like you could have gotten married to someone and they could have sacrificed you, and then she stepped in and they've been siphoning your energy. And she's been acting like she is this big, powerful love, but this is an obsessed freaking stalker. She's out there having orgies and shit, laying that energy onto you. A thug is feeling like shit because they're getting rejected. Good. Good. Shocking news. They trapped their own damn selves. Look, your spiritual gifts, your self-love, you pray, you're connected to source. And you got a lot of hoe bags that have been siphoning your energy and living on the fly. They haven't created or healed or produced anything in their life or shared anything. So you're getting your wish for a family. And those who were all about reckless sex, pretending that it was love, are in legal matters. They're bound to these karmic ties. We've got legal matters, criminal paternity, child support, divorce, and property. Could be trafficking tickets, because they were trafficking. They were trafficking divine feminine's energy. Divine masculine sees the true colors now. They see that your soul has come back online. You're a saintly person. You were transformed in the cocoon. These entities are still trying to transfer or project their Ten of Swords injuries onto you. But you have great spiritual hygiene. You're saying goodbye. People are inspired by you. Perhaps how you can move through this terrible, terrible assault. They're receiving a freaking major firestorm of karma. People are perishing, and they're having private funerals. They're not mentioning it. There's bad news for those who are mirroring you and deceiving people, backstabbing people, using your energy and your face, your name from secret accounts, sleeping with people, claiming no strings, sacrificing others? Oh, for Pete's sake. You've learned your karmic lesson of this toxic lifestyle, and people are getting arrested. People are getting arrested. God sees the truth, and people are getting arrested. You did not support this nastiness of this I love you business for profit. Nope, you were the one who got left behind and studied by these Rosicrucians and all of these legal people. What is the beloved child of God doing today? How can we shatter their heart? Can they put it back together? How many shatterings can they undergo before they stop getting back up? They're pissed off because no matter how many times they unalived you and broke your heart, you kept recycling, you kept reincarnating and trying and trying and trying again. Why? Because you're a powerful soul. Because you're a healer and you heal yourself. You are one of them eternal life people. You were here to help them. And they decided to do mad scientist and tragic mental shit trying to break you. They wanted to be the most highly created creature, or how to scientifically create one. You are that, and they're bad. They're bad. They're getting let go. They're in a firestorm of karma because they have to give up. They got to release. They're getting released. They're challenged because they kept you in a Five of Pentacles. They had an unhealthy attachment. They had a sex addiction and pouring this energy onto you while you were stranded, alone. They were violating your energy. And now you evolved through that. You became a master alchemist, and they cannot go where you're going. You're free of that. Yep, you're free of it. Because there's photographic evidence. You have been alone. You did all of this alone. You transformed and alchemized and became this grand soul with this big, beautiful, loving heart all by yourself while they were brutalizing you and your energy. You're the master. You're this Eight of Pentacles, hardworking master. You work with precision. You pay attention to details. They had you trapped in isolation, and now they're in very big regret for doing that to a beloved child of the Most High. These are religious people. that had you trapped in an 8 of Swords, and they were studying you while they broke your heart, while they sacrificed you, while they pretended that you were still out there living the life and you were just being a hoe. Yeah, okay, so guess what? God's not happy with that. You romanticized your own damn life. You're like, look, I don't need you guys' love. I don't need your approval. I don't need you to accept me for who it is that I am. Why would I care that a bunch of people who can't feel or love anything, who just want to look down their nose at me and insist that somehow my doing life is bad or wrong somehow, when it's your heart, Divine Feminine, that is so big? How can they say you're doing it wrong when you're the only one apparently doing it right? They're egotistical, and they feel unworthy. They feel less than when they're in your presence, and they can't have the universe seeing them as less than. They've been being these pimps, slavers of the freaking universe for a long time. So we got a forgotten person of the past. You chose yourself, or a forgotten person of the past romanticized their own life. They handed you over to these people, and they decided to see what they could do with your chakras. How could they break them? How could they block them? How could they shatter them? How could they study you while you put it back together, or heal? Are you able to heal? They studied your life. You got 9 lives. You just won't die. You keep reincarnating. They're like, what the hell? They just want you to freaking stay in the ground. And you're like, no. The law. You could be the... Oh. You could be the law. You're balancing the scales of the torment of this forgotten person. The queen bee. Your teachers are blocking people. They're no longer able to get into your dreams. You have these teachers with you. The law is coming down. The queen bee is the law. She could be the magistrate. People, she's coming down on people who tormented others, who had them in bondage. They could be upset about that. That's why they had her trapped here, because they wanted to hurt her. But now the queen bee is free, and she's like, okay, well, now after all these centuries of you guys sucking my soul, and everybody else is consuming the children and all of that, and it's causing them so much pain, you know, and everybody's like, well, your energy can save us. Well, no, why? Why would this beautiful emerald energy ever choose to save its tormentor? No, God's here now. God said, you know what God said? He said, you've been too forgiving. And he said, these people will never take anything from you again, and they will get what they deserve. God is here with wrath, with vengeance. Because guess what? Wrath and vengeance never belonged to this person. This person was here to heal, to help, to guide. Magistrate, queen bee. And they didn't want to do what she said. They didn't want to be noble. They wanted to be sneaky Pete's. So they wanted to climb up that ladder and peek in all the girls' freaking bathrooms and take pictures and then broadcast it throughout the freaking universe. Defile people's reputations by spying, by trespassing in their house and then filming there in private moments. Silence. So this King of Cups is trying to project their trauma, their 10 of Swords, into the heart space of somebody with excellent spiritual hygiene. They are being blocked. She is being blessed. She is an inspiration to people. We've got, there's a divine masculine on this card saying goodbye. She could be saying goodbye. Maybe this King of Cups is saying goodbye. Maybe he's perishing. We did see the funeral there. So it's over. We're saying goodbye. Things are going silent. Yep. So there's a silence. They're talking about the silencer. I don't know exactly what that means, but there's a silence. We got the 6 of Swords here. You're moving on. You are leaving behind the baggage that used you and then discarded you while siphoning you and torturing you and laughing about your pain because they were making profit. You are the love caretaker, and you are the caretaker of love. Your glow up looks good on you. Self-love looks good on you. You chose yourself because these forgotten people kept breaking your heart, and they were doing it on purpose so that they could gain profit and then study you some more. But your glow up is real. There's no shady business here. You're the actual caretaker of love. You are moving on blind faith. You're taking a leap of faith. You're moving forward, and that's just the way it is. You're taking a chance. You're moving on up. You got the Hermit here. You've done your research. We've got the 10 of Cups regarding the history, or somebody's doing their research. The caretaker of love. Who is love and who is supportive of the family and the history? And who was love me, leave me, deflower you, and then leave you alone forever. You're very strong. You're a tigress. Sometimes when that happens to me, I like to think it's part of that energy that they've been trying to project in me being vomited out. And I feel better. So, yep. They're in fear right now because of your growth. You've transformed. You've been liberated from the devil. And they've been exposed. Charm is not character. So we've got the sixth sense, and we've got commitment. So it's like people are being activated. Their sixth sense, their source connection is being activated. So the devil can't slip in to the consciousness and manipulate people. Nobody can come into the dream space and pretend that they are your teacher. They can't come in and tap into your teachers. They don't have any business getting into these upper dimensional spaces. These young people who have not been tried or tested or found to be true, honorable, ethical, moral, worthy of these teachings, they have taken these upper dimensional teachings and they have nearly destroyed everything with it. So they're losing sleep. Mr. Love Me and Then Leave Me. This devil is losing sleep. They're like, oh no, what did I do? Because they know that everything they did has to come back to them. Your protection is committed. These ones have been trying to slip in somebody more appropriate, somebody more regal, somebody more royal, somebody who can play the role very well. Somebody who's got the perfect flat belly and the perfect muscle tone and the sweet, sweet smell of expensive perfume. You can believe it. Your person is not leaving you. They're committed and dedicated, devoted. Source connected with you. You are connected. You're intuitively connected. Your glow up is not a fake. You're not faking it. There's no shady stuff going on here. So we got that 7 of Swords, right? So this fellow wants to deceive. He wants to compete. He wants to, but he can't sleep with you anymore. He can't use you like a drug anymore. They can't tap into this womb, this chakra system. They're afraid about your transformation. You ladies have become saints in the darkness. You've gotten your wings and you have risen here and your soul came back online. You are reconciled. Things are falling apart for Mr. and Miss Lazy Soul Siphoner. Yeah, those who go and have sex and then bump heads or download soul value. Your iPhone stuff is now my iPhone stuff. Yeah. And then leaving people alone. So you've been reconciled, whatever this is. Yeah, Miss Lazy, Mr. Lazy, whoever is over there pretending to be you. Yeah, there's some stuff going on. They're getting a reality check. They're in a 9 of Swords. They did not choose you. They rejected you. They were using you just to whiplash your emotions to see what would happen to your heart. They were stripping the joy out of the imagination in the secret garden. They wanted this psycho. This psycho could be crying. They may want people to broadcast their misery throughout the land. They were trying to strip joy out of the secret garden. They wanted it, this psycho wanted it to be broadcast. They wanted drama. They wanted chaos. And you're all about healing, source connection, huge soul, huge heart, huge love. You're a queen bee. You're a lawyer or a judge or a police officer. You're a balancer of scales. These folks were tapping into your upper dimensional teaching, and then they were using that to deceive people, to abuse people, to hurt people. This crazy obsessed psycho doesn't want to let go. It could be that they're out there drinking. They're drinking. They're like, oh no. Oh no. They're in an 8 of Cups abandonment. You're no longer talking to the void. Everybody can see that you're the healer and that you never bought into any of this malicious bullshit. You didn't accept anybody's marriage offer. There was no proposal. These ones were doing all of this manipulation in the 4D. They were tapping in, tagging in, using masturbation dreams, dream lover experiences to get an orgasm, and then pretend there was a marriage contract. There was priests over there signing these contracts so that these vampires could siphon you and that these Rosicrucians could study you while you transformed in the darkness. They got off on it. It was great fun. You never bought into any of this shit. You had great hope. And according to the divine, you have hope of a mustard seed. So you have hope that never ends. You're a great healer. You always hope for the best and you strive toward it, regardless of the pressure and the damage that these ones are doing to you. We've got divine timing. So there may be an uninvited guest encounter. You may meet somebody by chance. There's a mirror that misses you. You could be the hidden truth, or your animal friends are discovering the truth. Maybe this is like the kingdom, the sunken kingdom of the Lyrans or whatever, Lyrans, and maybe the cat people are your people, and you are the hidden truth. Maybe you've discovered what happened there. You're getting their dreams come true. You're getting what you want. You are a miracle, a master, a top level person, and you are ascending. You could be a commander or a general, and it doesn't matter what your gender is. You're the queen bee. You're the boss bitch. You get stuff done. And you make it look easy because your love is so big. It makes it look easy. Where other people struggle, you have this never-ending supply. It could be that those of the shadow, those of the other side, are having money problems, or they were gaining finances by tapping into your soul song and then pretending to be that. So they were making money by singing your soul song, by siphoning your soul song, by feeding and consuming your light. Somebody had mentioned that the soul is the light, and that's what people feed on, I guess, to cover themselves during Passover. I only saying that because it seems to be, according to a comment that I had earlier, that maybe that's what happens. I don't know. You're getting a message. There may be some kind of a message coming in about a new beginning, because you have solved the puzzle of what has been going on with the rose regarding maybe a lost loved one that somebody's been looking for. Yeah. But it was a crime. What these people did, to this independent leader, what they did was a crime. They clowned around. They did these addictive. They got addicted to the energy. They were feeding. They were vengeful. They were performing. They were pretending. They were smoking, drinking the fluids of the loosh, whatever the hell, and now there's a breakup. So they're in eternal regret for breaking up with you, for causing a breakup for you with your divine family, for causing these illusions, for hurting you so bad. God will make them suffer. Everything they did to you is coming back, and it's not like that's vengeance. It's just like it's like fair. It's just fair. You know, people shouldn't have to carry these traumas, these gifts that they never deserved. So it's like this trauma is being, you're letting go of this trauma that was put upon your soul. God, you're listening. God is like, you're letting go of this trauma that was put upon your soul. And it could be that that is a serious load of karma for those who had oppressed you, siphoned off you, fed upon you. I don't know. You transformed. There's a mystery. People may not understand how it is that you transformed. They don't know how you did that. But the apple is home. You're going home. You're going home. These third-party enemies who were doing the over and back, the half-court rule, they were going into the shadow, unaliving, light-bearing people, keeping you trapped here once they tagged you with their sex thing, and then they were pulling off of you, pretending that they were you. And there's divine intervention here because they were misusing your natural talents. These are pages. These are immature. Even if they appear like they're a King of Cups, they're full of Ten of Swords trauma. They don't have, they're very immature. They don't have the necessary inner fortitude or ethical, moral foundation to manage your powerful gifts, Queen Bee. They're very destructive with this powerful energy that you are here to heal, nurture, and grow life with. It's so crazy. There's like going to be a calm down, a cool down, because you are wide awake and decisive. This is the end of the opportunity for these people to prostitute the rose, to use them as trash, bedroom trash. It's the end of opportunity for them to use the sacrificed roses as bedroom trash, as exhibits, as porn stars, broadcast throughout the universe. That's it. They're running away. They got to give up. You found the key people. You know who the key people are. You know what the core problem is. This isn't a past. Perhaps the powers that be have gotten to the very core of whatever this scenario is. Maybe they've busted the real core of it, you know, like the real core of it. Could be. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Justice is here. The law of cause and effect. The King of Swords knows the truth. He's here and he sees that you are listening to Source and you're getting fruits. You're getting very good fruits. Your soul came back online. Your energy has returned. You're in alignment here. And there's a letting go of this, whatever this. There's a firestorm being let go. You're releasing a firestorm. Whatever karma they had forced you to carry is being released. There's an energy return. So whatever, your soul came back line and there's an energy return. So whatever nastiness they put upon you, it's going back to them. It's being released back to them. And there's a firestorm of karma here. They're having a mental breakdown. Everything they did to you from the beginning to the end is coming back on them. And I don't know if they're going to have like 3,000 to 4,000 years to go through it, or if it's all coming on them at once. I don't know. I'm not God. I'm not vengeance. I'm a survivor. Yeah. Firestorm, rumors, verbal abuse, lies, slander, judgment, psychological projection. They're having a mental breakdown. This psychological projection that they tried to push on you, or at least me, I'm one of the people over the last 4 to 5 days, I think. Yeah, this King of Cups with his little Ten of Swords magic trick, his projection, it's not working. They're in a firestorm of karma. Your soul came back online and there is an energy return. It's going back to them. And so, you know, they're challenged because they left you in a Five of Pentacles of poverty. There was an unhealthy attachment. They would come in, deflower you, and then they would dump all of their nasty shit into you and make you transmute it with this big, beautiful heart that you have. They left you stranded and alone, and there's photographic evidence of you being isolated and alone. These people can't come with you. You evolved. You changed through the pain and the suffering, and you're free of it. They're not coming with you to your next season. You're getting unexpected income. They can't hide what you already know. It's been a long time. These people have been alive a long time. They may have changed their modus operandi, but it's pretty much the same. I've heard them complain that stuff is outdated. It's not working like it should or like it once did, because you evolved in the darkness. You became a saint. It's not easy for them to transfer their trauma onto you, because you have gained this inner union with Source. It's like, well, if all the men and the women are here poking and prodding and shattering this jewel of my beautiful heart, then I'm just going to go inward. You know, you got to go inward, and then you got to recognize the own flow of your own energy, and you got to become familiar with the way that your temple operates, so that when other people are sending in this interference, you can recognize it right away and then counter it, right? And then try to improve on your speed of recognition and countering. It's a self-challenge to improve the value of one's own soul. It's a process. It takes time and it's painful. You got folks who want to come in and they just want to shatter your heart and suck some of that juice out of there and then pretend like they're all that. You romanticized your own life? Look. Okay. So you're a beloved child of God. There are mixed opinions about you. Some people love you, some people hate you, some people fear you, some people say you are necessary. You know, you've got a lot of fearful people that make decisions in life, and unfortunately they have the authority to make big decisions for a lot of people, and they're operating from a state of fear. And that just isn't a good quality for a leader. Absolutely not. They're in bad health, or you're not in bad health. You're not in bad health. You don't have a bad health. You don't have an illness. They say that you need medicine, but whatever it is, it can be undone with proper food, proper nutrition, proper exercise, proper energetic application and intention. I mean, you're a healer, for Pete's sake. And these people say that you need their synthetic poison in order to make your temple go. Well, no, you don't. You just need to reformat whatever it is you got going on into something that's more qualified to restore health. You got people that worship death, and everything that they have ever produced leads to it. Sickness and it. Nobody needs it. That's a fallacy. So the Page of Cups is out here. They're wanting to bust into your dreams, but they can't. They cannot enter your dreams anymore with a love offer. They can't come in and talk to your teachers, learn from your teachers. These are untried, untrue, untested. So people are coming into these queen bee minds, and they're tapping into the teachers, and then they're getting this information falsely. They're stealing intellectual property of upper wisdom keepers, and then they are creating hell on earth. That's what they've done, and now it's coming apart. They cannot hide what you already know. So the teachers are like, unfollow equals self-care. You know, these people are obsessed, and you have gained your freedom, Queen Bee. You're secure, confident, and you're a boss bitch. You're career focused on, you're a lawyer, a judge, a police officer, and you're going after those who tormented and bound people. People are having anxiety. They might be tormented. You're balancing the scales regarding torment. King of Cups is here trying to project their nasty Ten of Swords pain and suffering onto a divine feminine. This is their modus operandi of transmutation, of balancing his own scales. No, she's got wonderful spiritual hygiene, and his nasty shit just won't stick to her. Maybe it once did, but not anymore. They're being blocked. There are boundaries here. No contact. This is closure. She is being blessed. She's the one who brings inspiration, mental inspiration. She's the one who's listening to Source and bringing in the fruits that is there to be available to the people. She's a giant. Look at her sitting there. and the city is behind her. She's this giant. She's a titan. Her energy is huge. Her heart is huge, magnificent. And these low vibing people have had her trapped in this cycle. And there's more than one. There's, look at you all. Things are falling apart. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 women and potentially 3 children. You've transformed in the moon. Maybe you've found there. Things are falling apart. Things are twisting upside down. You became saints in the underworld. You became saints in the darkness. And you've got these sex addicts up here in the middle ground, and they've been polluting your energy, trying to create that in you. But you're a master alchemist, and your soul came back online. This is wild. You're like a judge or something, and you're judging those who had people in bondage. You're balancing the scales. Karmic bonds, unresolved issues from past lives, cycle lesson, unstable relationship. You're breaking the bonds. So like you're breaking the bonds, or you're bringing law and order to those karmic bonds that were tormenting, that were this King of Cups dumping his 10 of Swords, projecting his own internal trauma onto a beautiful woman and then treating her like shit while he's out there roaming around with this sex addict and dumping that energy into her field. She's got great spiritual hygiene. She's a master alchemist, and it's goodbye. The silencer is here. She's the one who's bringing inspiration. They can't mess with her anymore. It's been very, very awful. They're not very nice. Whatever it is coming back on them. They've already celebrated or whatever, a personal funeral. Somebody has perished because of this magic backfiring. And they're saying, this proves how dangerous she is. Well, no, it doesn't. It just proves that your sorcery is weak against the protection that the Most High God has for her, that love has for her, that this glow up, this self-love has for her. They were using her and discarding her, this beautiful, huge love. And it isn't dangerous to anybody except those who are putting out baneful death magic onto people. It's bouncing back because it won't stick to her. Oh no, she's dangerous. My death magic won't stick. We got to get rid of her. We got to set her up for a crime. We got to go set her. So they're trying to cast the illusion that she's responsible for the backfire on their magic. They're trying to cast the illusion that she's responsible for what happened to their sorcery buddy. And that's not the case at all. These are nasty freaking a-holes, man, who have been sacrificing and studying the rose on the cross for centuries. They've been getting off on it. They've been very wealthy. So the masters of the universe are here. She could be a master of the universe here with a healing frequency, maintaining vibration, generating positive emotions, shifting internally. So these ones, maybe she's got guidance from the teachers of the masters of the universe on how to shift frequency and balance out this projection of this 10 of Swords, shifting internally, generating positive emotion. And these people, they're like, what the hell? I can't cause bad health for this person. It's like, no, because God is fed up with it. God loves this daughter, these daughters, these sons. So you're all being claimed or whatever. You're being reconciled because the shame and the blame, the dirty blanket that they had you covered in, this energetic blanket, has kind of been blasted off. You're getting unexpected income because they can't hide what you already know. God help anyone who disrespects the queen. You're in trouble. This may be God's wife. This could be like a high priestess. This could be a Hierophant's wife. Whatever. God help anyone who disrespects the queen. Well, God is delivering wrath right now. So, I don't know. I mean, the time for confession and whatever may be over. I don't know, because it's all happening right now. Today's the first day. It's April 1st. And that whatever this person was trying to transfer onto me or onto somebody else because I was picking up on it, it didn't stick. It didn't stick. There's guidance from the universe to maintain your vibration, generate positive emotion, and shifting internally, and it may take a little while, because recognizing the interference first and foremost takes a little bit of time, because the energy is so real. It's easy to kind of get sucked down into it. But you're leaving everything behind. They used you, discarded you. They treated you like trash. They devalued you, threw you away. Your love is their caretaker, and they threw you in the trash. You are the caretaker of love. Your confidence and glow is a real attraction. The best filter you will ever wear is self-love. And it's very obvious. You love yourself. People can see your glow. So God help anyone who disrespects the queen. They just messed up. The queen is online. She is the love caretaker, or the caretaker of love. She's not shady mask wear. She's rolling the dice, taking a leap of faith. She's moving forward, trusting the Almighty. Her soul is online. She is absolutely connected here. She's listening to the divine. She's receiving these messages. She's got the wisdom of the universe helping her maintain her vibration with the frequency shifting internally. She's source connected to the all that is, and God is sick and tired of these nasty people projecting their crap onto her. Them, him, take it as it resonates. These projections, this verbal abuse, this mental chatter of hate, yes, they're going to be let go, because everything that they're chattering into the mind of this person is being listened to by God, who walks with her, who protects her. And everything is being sent back to them. Every ounce of it is coming back. This King of Swords knows the truth. He's right here. He's listening. He's a witness. So we've got, this is playing games with you, mind games, lies, attempts to disempower, manipulation, intimidate, knowing how to outwit, influence, and control, narcissistic personality. And we've got it in the reverse. So we've got the Hermit. You've done your research. There has been an analysis. Somebody had stated, congratulations, you survived and you are identifiable. So you could be coming into a 10 of Cups. You have proven yourself as this harmonious, loving being. You are a natural healer, a queen bee, a moral, ethical, you're superior to these sex addicts who've just been effing everything and polluting everything. So, because this is a history, right? There could be some kind of a reunion. You might be with somebody in the history, or maybe you're looking at the history. Mr. never showed up. Mr. who deflowered you and then left you in a huff and then never came back and left you alone for what? The rest of your life? Siphoned you, got that tag into the womb and the chakra and been pulling off of you for a lifetime, if not more. Real jerk, man. You're a real lioness. Look, this is an older woman here. You're a real tigress. You love flowers. You love green things. You love gentle things. And you're very, very strong. You are a balance, a temperance energy of gentle beauty and ferocious strength. And you're happy. They can't knock you out of balance. You've got guidance from above, from the universe, the angels, whatever. Generating, helping you, shifting your internal frequency so that you can stay positive. These guys are not able to play games with you anymore. They're not able to play games with you. So they're in fear over your growth, your transformation. You have been liberated and you have exposed that charm is not character. This devil has been exposed. They're worried. They're replaying events thinking about you. They know that everything they did to you has to come back. They're in a karmic storm right now. They're blaming you, saying that you're dangerous. But this is 3,000 to 4,000 years of repeated torture while they studied you and laughed about it, spending your honor, the initiate rewards and authorities that you had coming to you while they locked you out at the gate and kept your stuff. So you are sitting here, sixth sense. You are, look, you're intuitively connected. Your protector is committed to you. You're committed to protection. There's a promise. People aren't playing games with you. Nobody's playing games with you. This is the end of those games. Somebody's objecting to me saying what I'm saying. But it is what it is. They have the daughters of Eden trapped, and they've been breaking their hearts, shattering their souls, siphoning the light out of them, drinking their freaking life force, covering their own sins. Seven is swords, five of wands, deception. Oh, yes, they've been lying. They've been bringing conflict to your life. They made you opposition. They can no longer use you as your drug. You're not sleeping with anybody. You're not going to sleep with them. You transformed in the darkness. You transformed while you were there alone. There's at least 5 women and 3 children there. Things are falling apart. Things are flipping around for those lazy individuals who just relaxed in the sun and didn't do a damn thing. You're the healer. Your soul is online. You're bringing in the fruits from the divine. Your heart space is so freaking big, and these jackwagons have been trying to break it, sticking 10 swords in it. You have a witness. God is with you. God help anyone who disrespects the queen. There are going to be some people perishing because they are not supposed to touch you. They are supposed to treat you with respect. There is a protection order, and they are not supposed to touch you. You're chosen for a role of authority that these ones want to knock you out of. These low vibrational religious people who've been studying the grand, beautiful healing essence of this emerald heart while living high on the hog, saying that they were you, commanding your own mind, whatever. Ooh, look at this. We've got rage and confusion. Look, you get to be reconciled because you're not having rage and confusion. They're not able, so love spells, bumping heads, leaving you alone. There's an understanding of all of that because you're not in rage and confusion. There is no rage and confusion. See, people wanted you to be seen as though you were lazy. That's not you. And people can see it. You're not in rage and confusion. Things are falling apart. You turned into a saint in the freaking dark. Your person can see you. You have been reconciled here because you're balanced, you're temperance, you're peace. You're a healer. You somehow got free or help. You got help breaking free, and you got protection from those mental rapists. They're not able to cause you any illness. They can no longer RAP your mind. They're upset because it's all going back on them. This 10 of Swords they just tried to stick in your heart, that was a really bad thing to do, King of Cups. You really need to go learn how to become an alchemist. I mean, this is crap. They are relying on sucking on the tit of this Queen Bee forever, and they hate her because she's the one who makes it right for them. Not anymore. Not anymore. Look, you've got real estate that has been hidden from you. These people are in a 9 of Swords. They did not choose you. They rejected you. This hot and cold, whiplash, push and pull stuff. They're drinking because, they were drinking. They're an alcoholic, perhaps. They were sucking the joy out of the imagination of the secret garden. Of the creators of the garden. So they were in the secret garden. They were moving sex-addicted people up into these upper dimensional spaces while they were sacrificing the emerald hearts and the healers and keeping them here in this devil ground, siphoning their soul, drinking their light, claiming that they were the angel when in fact they were feeding on the angel. So they were sucking the happiness and the imagination out of the creators in the secret garden. They were stealing their imagination, their wisdom. This crazy psycho doesn't want to let go. They're in drama. They could be crying. There's hidden real estate that's been hidden from you. Dreamweaver, but it came out sideways. So they're not able to weave the dream anymore. This hidden from you real estate house, it's coming undone. Like you can see, the dream is coming undone. The psycho doesn't want to let go. They're crying about your balance. They're experiencing a lot of drama in their life. They're getting abandoned. They're getting kicked out. You're no longer talking to the void. You are the healer. You're bringing healing. You never bought into this clown show of this marriage for having sex and gaining marriages just to play with people's souls and futures and whatnot. You never bought into it. You have hope of a mustard seed and you never gave up on it. And it's game over. It's game over because you no longer care. You've got boundaries. You've got emotional detachment. You have a lack of empathy for these people anymore. You're uninterested. You're unbiased. You don't give a crap what they do, just as long as they just stop doing it to you and those people of your family. It's like, hey, just get out of here with your nastiness. Just stop already. This is not the feeding zone of vampires. This is not the bank account of thieves. This is not the life of luxury for pirates. I'll tell you, that last sacrifice, the one where folks went to go see Osiris, it's like there's no empathy was turned to apathy for these people. When God claimed the people, when their innocence was proven, it's like all of the empathy that was going to these people, God claimed it. It's like, well, they're going to get apathy now. Like anything that they throw into your mirror is going to go right back on them because you're no longer going to give them love and forgiveness. It's going to be eye for an eye. It's going to be the golden rule. It's going to be them carrying their own cross. You're not going to carry that for them. God's not going to make you carry that for them. It's going instantly back. Game over. You don't care. You're uninterested. You've got multiversal guidance from supreme beings that are far greater than you with this healing frequency. So they're helping you, guiding you here. Your teachers of the mind, your ancestors or your upper dimensional star nation soul tribe, they're leading you to generate positive emotion and shifting the internal waters. Now, these folks out there, they love to harden the waters. They love to cause a shattering for the chakra, especially the heart. And it's like, and it's like big. And then they try to stuff 10 swords in there. And it's really, really terrible, Nasty Jack. I mean, my goodness, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. And they're going to have to be silent. Maybe you're going silent. They can't touch into you. They're going silent. Yeah, they might be losing all of their connection because there's an elimination of evil now. They're no longer taking flight. They're no longer going to be able to do moon magic on you. They are not ascending to the next highest level. They're not getting good news. You're not falling for the trick. Nobody's falling for the trick. And they can't balance their own chakras and the emotions because they can't lay this nastiness on you with black magic. It's not sticking to you. You're in your northern lights. Your lights are on. Look, you've got magic of the nymphs. So, you know, the elementals love you. It could be there's a journey happening. You might be traveling. You might be taken off. It's game over. You no longer care anything for these people. And they're like, you know, learn better, do better. And it's like, it's been thousands of years, a lot of suffering, a lot of heart shattering on purpose, just so that these nasties could run around and see how good they are at conquering you. They're not able to cause you any health issues. They say that you'd need medicine, but that is not true at all. You are a healer. You're a planetary stabilizer. You are bigger than, I mean, they don't even know. You're like out of this world. Look at how big your heart is. They're all standing around ogling it, and they want to tap into your mind, and they want to claim they know God by what is that? By doing sacrilege, by disconnecting your Merkaba, by sabotaging your light body, your Merkaba, your heart, shattering your heart, doing whatever it is. They're not able to do it now. You don't have any health problems. They're claiming that you do, but whatever it is that's going on with you can be fixed by the Most High. I mean, think about it. There is people far greater than we are There's limitless numbers of spaces and places and dimensionals. I mean, you can either spiral down or spiral up, and it's always up, and it's always a bigger and bigger circle, right? At least that's what we hope for if we're paying attention. So they're getting sad news. There's a message of concern here. This false person, yeah, somebody's concerned. Your soul has been activated. You're not pretending. This isn't pretend. You're not sick. You're not hurting. You're not weak. You're actually source connected and protected. And these people have been they just tried to shatter your emerald heart space, this big magical healing gem. And then it's real. It's like, oh no, now it's real. Oh crap, it's back on me. What am I going to do? Yeah, they're going to go in the coffin. Because their space is not sacred. Yours is. It couldn't stick to you. They're burning the bridges. They cannot tap into your sacral chakra anymore. There's no honor among thieves, but you're not dealing with thieves anymore because you're tapped into the infinite flow of the universe. And it's not going to, look, their plans failed. So we got fire. You're not going into the fire. You're not going into the fire. That is for those who wear masks infinitely. They're not getting a great fortune. They lost the power struggle between ego and heart. You're not doing that anymore. You're not struggling internally. You're not jealous. You're not all about war. You're not judging people. If you do judge people, maybe you look at yourself and you ask yourself, is this in me? I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you've overcome lust and the need for competition or the need to be powerful or prideful. The me thing. Maybe you gave it up. Maybe you're thinking about harmony and love and peace. And maybe you want to be eternally joyful. Maybe you're tired of this constant heart shattering that these jackwagons have been doing. It's pretty awful. We got a masculine energy here that is, look, he's not playing games. This masculine energy is connected to you intuitively, and he's not letting anybody play games with you. He's not playing games. This is not a game. And even though the heartbreak is very real, it's like the pain will be turned into power, and these people are going to regret what they have done here. Apparently, they roasted this woman in the bowl at least once, this queen bee, and they've done some really, really horrible things. By deceitfully convicting, by casting the shame and the blame upon her own essence, by fracturing her heart chakra at the beginning of the chapter, just like they're attempting to do now. Passover isn't going to pass them over this time. God has been watching for nearly 2 years. At least since the bridge of these particular divine feminines, since the curse was broke and the bridge was mended and everybody was supplying their testimony and their true records, their true soul record, not this made up replication of a storyline. Yeah, so anyhow, this is the message. It's a pretty good message. I mean, it looks to me like they're not going to be able to transfer their sin onto powerful divine feminines anymore because you've become saints. There's like this celibacy, there's purity, there you've got your regular purification rituals. You maintain your vibration by this healing frequency. You're connected, perhaps in the dream space that the page can no longer access with your teachers, and your teachers are like cutting off these folks. Yeah. You unfollowed people. You were taught, you were led, you were guided to unfollow people, to block people. And your ancestors are guiding you here to freedom. You're a lawmaker, a lawyer, a judge, a police person, and you're dealing with these karmic bonds of bondage and torment. Yep. King of Cups, transferring, projecting his inner wounding, his Ten of Swords inner wounding on this divine feminine is being blocked. And there is a big old goodbye. Divine masculine looks like he is a silencer and he's putting this King of Cups to bed. This woman has excellent spiritual hygiene. And they were saying that she was a sex addict, and that is the absolute false thing. There's no rage or confusion here. The lazy one pretending to be a queen bee needs to get a reality check. They are not the same energy. That's the message. I'll see you on the next one.